In this video, we are going to see about game theory in OR. Let me give the introduction first. What is a game? Game na enna? It is a competition between players. Am I right? So where we have competition, there game will start, right? Okay. For a game, what we need? We need players. Okay. So those who are going to participate in the game, they are called as players. Am I right? Then this one, what is a payoff? When a game starts, what will be the outcome? For example, if we are going to play with two players, player A and player B. Okay, if you are focusing player A alone means, what is the possible outcome for A? Either he can win or lose, right? So these are the possible outcomes. For the outcomes, we have a name that is called payoff. So game will start when we have a competitive situation arises. There game will start. For a game, we are in need of players. So the possible outcomes what we get, no, that is called the payoff. The next definition what we have is two-person zero-sum games or rectangular games. In the name itself, they have mentioned how many persons are involved in this game. So what is the name of this game? Two-person zero-sum games. So only two persons has to participate. For example, if I take two persons, A and B, player A and player B are playing with a coin tossing game. Okay, so they are playing with a coin and the game is coin tossing. If they fix, player A can win if head will come. Okay, if head comes, player A wins ₹2. I repeat, we have two players A and B. They are playing with a coin tossing problem, and they have fixed player A wins if head comes and he will get ₹2. ₹2. Who will give this ₹2? B has to give to A. So if head comes, that is a gain for player A. Am I right? So player A will get +2. That is a loss for player B. So B will lose 2. That is -2. So +2 for A, -2 for B. When we add the total, we are getting a 0. Such kind of games are called zero-sum games. So when we add the winning and losing the amounts, no, we have to get the total as 0. And if only two persons are involving in that game, such kind of game is called two-person zero-sum game. It has another name, rectangular games. Is it clear? Next, the payoff matrix. The matrix what they are going to give in the problems, no, that has a name that is called payoff matrix. Payoff means outcomes. In all the outcomes, they will give in a matrix format. That is called a payoff matrix. Next, strategy. In this, we have two strategies. One is pure strategy. The other one is mixed strategy. Strategy means what? It is a rule. What the player is going to follow, right? So, player A, player B, அந்த மாதிரி ரெண்டு பிளேயர் எடுத்துட்டீங்க அப்படின்னா அவங்க என்ன ஸ்ட்ராட்டஜி ஃபாலோ பண்ண போகிறாங்க, என்ன ரூல் ஃபாலோ பண்ண போகிறாங்க, என்ன ட்ரிக் ஃபாலோ பண்ண போகிறாங்க, அதுதான். But here we have two different types. One is pure strategy and the one is mixed strategy. This I will explain when the problem comes, okay? Next one is saddle point and the value of the game. These two only we will find. Okay. So for example, if a matrix is given means from that you have to find the value of the game. The notation for the value of the game is V, and this value of the game where it lies in the matrix, in which place it lies, that is called the saddle point. In the place like in the cell ungaloda value of the game irukko and the position in the row in the column and the number solluvom seriya, that is the saddle point. Okay, The first type what we are going to see is, we are going to see the games with saddle point. With saddle point means quite easy. We have only one method, that is the easiest method, Maximin and Minimax principle. From the matrix itself easily we can find the saddle point and the value of the game if the game is with saddle point. But in the problems they won't mention whether the game is with saddle point or without saddle point and which method you have to follow, that and all they won't mention. Just they will ask you to solve the following game, that only they will give. So first we have to make sure whether the game is with saddle point or without saddle point and which method is applicable, that and all we people have to decide. Okay, so this is the first problem which we are going to see now. We are going to solve the following game where two players are given, player A, player B, and this is the payoff matrix. The matrix where the outcomes are mentioned, no, the values are given, no, that is the payoff matrix. Player A and player B is given. We are going to solve. Okay, so what is the method? What I said, Maximin and Minimax principle. Am I right? So Maximin means row wise you have to find the minimum. Row wise you have to find the minimum and column wise we have to find the maximum. Tell me the first row wise minimum. 1, 1. Both the values are 1. So 1 is the minimum. 4 minus 3. What is the minimum here? Minus 3. And column wise we have to find the maximum. 1, 4. What is the maximum? 4 is the maximum. 1 minus 3, 1 is the maximum. Out of the minimums we have to find the maximum. That is Maximin. Maximin means first we have to find the minimum. For the minimum, next we have to find the maximum. That is called Maximin. Maximin, here the Maximin means out of the minimum values we have to select the maximum, that is 1. Next, Minimax. Minimax means first we have to find the maximum. Out of that we have to find the minimum, that is called Minimax. Maximum values are 4 and 1. Out of that 1 is the minimum. Right? If both the values are equal, Maximin and Minimax are equal, means that game is called games with saddle points. Game with saddle point. So here also Maximin equal to Minimax, which is equal to both equal to 1. Therefore this is a game with saddle point. And we have to if they are asking you to solve, means two things we have to find. One is value of the game. Value of the game, the notation what we use is small v, what it is, and the saddle point. This value of the game, where it lies, the position where it lies in the payoff matrix, that we have to mention. So these two answers we have to give. For that we got 1, 1, no. In which place it lies we don't know, because we have 2 1s. Which one we have taken, that we don't know. Right? So for that what I'm going to do is, I'm going to use marks. Okay, so for this row we have 2 1s. Any 1, 2 I can take, so I'm not going to mark now. Okay, for this, no, the minimum is this one, so I'm going to use the symbol, this minus 3 only we have taken here. But in these 2 1s I don't know which one I have taken. Let me wait for that. And 1 4 only I have taken. For this use the different symbol, row wise one symbol and column wise one symbol. So for this I'm using this symbol. In column wise, which one I have taken? Only one I have, so this one I have taken. For the value of the game and saddle point, if both the symbols where it lies, I have taken 2 symbols. No, this is the first symbol and this is the second symbol. In which cell both the symbol lies, that is the saddle point as well as the value of the game. So for this column I have taken this one. So row wise also I can take the first symbol here. Is it clear? See, actually row wise நமக்கு ரெண்டு ஆப்ஷன் இருக்கு. ரெண்டு 1 இருக்கனால நான் எங்க வேணாலும் சிம்பிள் எடுத்துக்கலாம். பட் நான் இதை எடுத்துக்கல. I waited. Second value I marked this symbol. Column wise I took this one, and in this column also I took here. So இந்த காலத்துல இந்த 1 வந்தனால இதே 1 தான் எனக்கு இங்க எடுத்திருப்பேன். எடுத்தாதான் ரெண்டு ஒரே இடத்துல லை ஆற பிளேஸ் தான் வேல்யூ ஆஃப் த கேம் சொல்லலாம். சரியா? ஸோ அதனால தான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் சிம்பிள் நான் இங்க எடுத்திருக்கேன். இப்போ ரெண்டும் இந்த 1ல தான் இருக்கு. ஓகேயா? ஸோ வேல்யூ ஆஃப் த கேம் 1. அதை நம்ம இங்கேருந்தே சொல்லிடலாம். Maximin and Minimax, both the values are equal. No, that is the value of the game. Here itself we can conclude that. But in which place, in which cell it lies, that is the saddle point. Am I right? So which place it lies? First row, second column, right? Here they didn't mention the labels for the row. In some problems they will mention this is A1, A2 and this is B1 and B2. If it is mentioned means we have to take the saddle point as A1, B2. In the first row, if they have given us A1 and this as B2 means A1, B2. Here it is not mentioned, so we have given the names, labels as the first row as A1 and second row as A2, first column as B1 and the second column as B2. Okay, so saddle point is equal to which place it lies? A1, B2. So we have to write in this format A1 comma B2. So final answer you have to write like this. Therefore, the value of the game is equal to V is equal to 1 and the saddle point. Saddle point generally we denote by the symbol S. For the player A only we are focusing. Since 2 players are given, but we are going to solve the game for only one player A. So we are doing everything for player A only. So the symbol what I can take for the saddle point is S suffix A, which is equal to where we took A1 comma B2. Like this you can conclude. If you are not taking A1 B2 for row numbers means you can take 1 2 1 2 like that. But this is a fixed labels what we can take for players. So the final answer is A1 B2. Is it clear? The second problem, solve the following game whose payoff matrix is given by player A, player B. 3 strategies they have. These things are called strategies. A1, A2, A3. Alternatives. Strategies அப்படின்னா alternatives. So A1க்கு 3 alternative இருக்கு. Player A க்கு 3 strategies இருக்கு. Or alternatives we can say. So he has A1 as one strategy, A2 and A3, and B has B1, B2, B3. In the previous problem, what is the answer we gave? A1 comma B1. So player A la A1 no, player B la B2. In the previous problem we gave the answer as A1 B2. So for player A, A1, for player B, B2. So this kind of saddle point is called, that strategy is called pure strategy. So எது அப்படின்னு நம்ம கரெக்டாக சொல்லிடுறோம். பிளேயர் ஏல எதை செலக்ட் பண்ணுறாங்க, பிளேயர் பியில் எதை செலக்ட் பண்ணுறாங்கன்னு நம்ம அப்படி தனித்தனியாக சொல்லிடுறோம். தட் இஸ் கால்ட் பியூர் ஸ்ட்ராட்டஜி. மிக்ஸ்டு ஸ்ட்ராட்டஜின்றது நம்ம எக்ஸாம்பிள் வரும்போது I will tell you what is called a mixed strategy. Okay. So here we are going to find we are going to solve the following game. Okay. Very first, even mention pannatiyum, we have to start with Maximin and Minimax principle. And we have to make sure whether the game is with saddle point or without saddle point. So நம்ம இப்ப பார்க்கிறது with saddle point தான். So கண்டிப்பா Maximin Minimax equal ஆ தான் வரும். So row wise what we have to take? Minimum. And column wise we have to take maximum. What is the minimum value for the first row? Minimum 2 ones we have, so any one I am not using the symbol for the first row. And for this one the minimum value is -4 is the minimum, so use the symbol here. And for this -1 is the minimum, -1. Maximum also we have 2 ones, so I am not mentioning that. And here maximum is 5, and here the maximum is 1. So here 1 and here it is 5 and here it is 1. Maximin means out of the minimums we have to take the maximum. Maximum is 1. Minimax means out of the maximums we have to take the minimum 1. Both are equal, therefore Maximin equal to Minimax. Max. Therefore, Maximin and Minimax is both are equal to 1. Right. So, value of the game is confirmed. Value of the game is 1. Now, we have to find which is the saddle point. Right. So, saddle point we have to confirm. But here we have a confusion totally. Here we have 2 options and here also we have 2 options. Right. So, both the symbols where it lies, that depending upon that only we will finalize the answer, right? In this row, for example, in this row, 1 minute, I'll take a pencil and do. In this row, I have taken this 1, no? In this row, we have taken 1. So either I can select this one or this one. Suppose I select this one here in this row. And in this column, we have 2 options. So suppose if I take this one. So this is the value of the game and where it lies, A1, comma B1. A1, comma B1 we have no, A1, comma B1. That is the saddle point. This is option number 1, right? Suppose 2 options we have no. So, suppose in this row, if I select this one and in this column, this one, both will lie here. So for this, I have a saddle point at A1, comma B3. So we have 2 saddle points. I repeat, in the first row, we have 2 ones. Either this one or this one I can select. If I select this one in the first row, this symbol, first symbol. And column wise also I have 2 ones. If I select this one, both are lying at the same place. So this value of the game is 1 and the saddle point is A1, B1. The second option in the first row, if I select this one, so I use the symbol, right? And column wise, if I take this one. So both the symbols lying in the same place. So saddle point is A1, comma B3. So we have saddle points 2 cases, right? For the saddle point, we have 2 answers. Value of the game is 1 only. V is 1 only. But saddle point, either I can say the saddle point SA as A1, comma B1 or A1, comma B3. Is it clear? The next problem, we are going to solve the given following game, right? The same thing, minimum and maximum. Row wise minimum is 0. And what is the minimum in the second row? 4. And here it is 2 and here it is 1. Column wise maximum 9, 6, 4, 8 and 8. Out of the minimum, the maximum what we have is 4. Out of the maximum, the minimum what we have is 4. Therefore, Maximin and Minimax, Maximin and Minimax both are equal to 4. Therefore, V is equal to 4. That is, value of the game is equal to 4. And where both lies, see, in this row 4 means this symbol. In this column 4 means this symbol. So this place. They didn't give the labels, no. Suppose if I take this as player A. This is A1, A2, A3, A4. This is player B. B1, B2, B3, B4, B5. So I can give the saddle point as A2, comma B3. Is it clear? The next problem is, for what value of lambda the game with the following matrix is strictly determinable. What do you mean by strictly determinable? Let me explain the definition for that. Suppose if we use the symbol V bar, both are V bar only, but here the bar is at the down. Below V we have a bar and this is at the top of V. Okay, so this is Maximin and Minimax. Since you make a note minimum, so it will come down. Maximum, the bar will come at the top. Okay, the game is said to be fair if both the values, Maximin and Minimax, both the values are equal to 0. Right, so it is called fair. If both the values are equal, like in the previous problems we got no, all or 4, 1, like that we got answers. No, such games are called strictly determinable. So whatever we saw previously, those games are called strictly determinable. In this problem, in the payoff matrix, they have given the unknown value lambda. And they have mentioned the given matrix, that is the given game is strictly determinable. What is the condition for strictly determinable? This is equal to V bar, both the V bars are equal to V. Both the values should be same. So maximum and minimax are equal. Okay, so ignoring the value of lambda, we are going to write the minimum row wise and maximum column wise. If I take the minimum value as 2 in the first row, so why when I select 2 as the minimum means lambda value should be equal to either 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. So 2 means both the values are equal, minimum is 2. If it is 3 means minimum is 2. This value only we have to select. Okay, so we started with like this. And here the minimum, since lambda values are all positive, out of the negative we have to take the minimum minus 7. And here also the minimum is minus 2. Column wise, what is the minimum we have? Sorry, maximum we have minus 1. And here the maximum is 6. Here, before selecting the maximum, we have to decide which one can be taken. Two options we have, either 2 or lambda. Lambda takes values 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Right? So, if it is 2 means these two, any 1, 2 we can select. If it is 3 means maximum is 3. If it is 4 means maximum 4. So, here we are taking lambda as the maximum. Is it clear why we are taking like this? Okay. Out of the minimum we have to take the maximum. What is the maximum? 2 is the maximum. So maximin equal to V bar equal to 2. And minimax V bar equal to this, we have to take the minimum, so minus 1. So just we have to mention minus 1 less than or equal to lambda less than or equal to as the answer, as the limit for lambda. So this value, lesser value, less than or equal to lambda, less than or equal to greater value. This is the lambda limits. Is it clear? So when these are the definitions, right? Maximin is denoted by the symbol V bar. Minimax is denoted by the symbol V bar. Minimum means the bar will come down. Maximum means the bar at the top. A game is said to be fair if V bar and both the V bars are equal to 0. A game is said to be strictly determinable if both the V's are equal. So previously we saw many problems. No, maximum minimax equal to 1, maximum minimax is equal to 4. Like that we saw examples. No, all the games are strictly determinable since both the values are equal. If both the values are 0 means the game is fair. Otherwise, it is strictly determinable. Is it clear? The next example is determine the range of value of P and Q that will make the payoff element 2, 2. 2, 2 means this one. A saddle point of the game whose payoff matrix is given below. So, they have mentioned maximin and minimax is equal to 7, which lies in A22. A22 means second row, second column. So, 22 means second row and second column. Okay, so using that we are going to find the limit for Q and P. So first row wise we have to find the minimum and column wise maximum, right? And both maximin, minimax both are equal to 2. That is given in the problem. Using that only we are going to find the limits for P and Q. So row wise minimum means 2. Row this one the minimum is 7, ignoring Q. This one the minimum is 4. Column wise maximum is 10 and column wise the maximum is 7 and column wise the maximum is 8. Right? If I take 7 as the minimum in this row, what I can take for Q? This is the minimum. So Q should be either greater than or equal to 7. 7 இருக்கலாம் இல்ல அதுக்கு மேல இருந்திருக்கலாம். இருந்தாதான் we can take 7 as the minimum. Am I clear? Okay. Come to P. We have selected 7 as the maximum in the second column. If it is maximum means P either 7 இருக்கலாம் இல்லனா lesser than 7 இருக்கலாம். என்னன்னா 7 தான் maximum. So 7 தான் maximum எடுக்கணும் அப்படின்னா P oda value 7 or lesser than 7. So these two are the answers for P and Q. Is it clear? So this is the problem given. We are going to find the best strategy and also we are going to check whether the game is fair or strictly determinable. So minimum, row wise minimum. What is the minimum? Quickly tell me. Minus 2. and minus 6. Maximum means 6, 4 and minus 2. Out of this, the maximum is minus 2. Out of this, the minimum is minus 2. So both Maximin and Minimax are equal to minus 2. Where it lies? So minus 2 means this place. This minus 2 means this place. So the saddle point is first row, third column. 1, 3 is the saddle point. Both the values are equal. If it is equal to 0 means the game is fair. But it is not equal to 0. So it is strictly determinable. Not fair. Okay. Is it clear? Thank you. In this video, we are going to see games without saddle points. For that, we are going to find mixed strategies, not the pure strategies. For a 2x2 game, that is 2% zero-sum game, for solving such kind of problems, we have two methods, method 1 and method 2. We will see both the methods one by one. The first problem what we have is solve the following 2x2 game, and this is the payoff matrix. For this problem, we are going to use method 1. So this is the game given. First we have to find whether it has a saddle point or not. So row wise minimum 1 and 3, maximum column wise 5, 4. Out of the minimum, maximum is 3. Out of the maximum, the minimum is 4. Both are not equal. Therefore, Maximin not equal to Minimax. Therefore, the game is without saddle point. It has no saddle point. The game has no saddle point. So for that, we are going to use method 1. They won't mention which method is applicable. Whichever method is easy for you, you can use it. Okay. They didn't mention about the players. I have taken this as player A and this as player B as usual. For player A, B, let the probabilities be X and 1 minus X. X is the positive probability, 1 minus X is the negative probability. We know some of the probabilities are equal to 1, no. So if we take one probability as 1, the other one is 1 minus X. Using that condition only, we have taken X, 1 minus X for player B. For player A, we have taken the probabilities as Y, 1 minus Y. So for B, we have taken X, 1 minus X. For A, Y, 1 minus Y. Okay. So we have to write the equations now. So just we have to multiply these two coefficients plus. So 5 into X plus 1 into 1 minus X. This is the first condition. On simplification, we get 5x minus x, that is 4x plus 1. Okay, then these two. So 3x plus 4 into 1 minus x. So 3x, this is minus 4x plus 4. So it is minus x plus 4. These two are equal. So these two are equal means 4x plus 1 equal to minus x plus 4. What we have previously, 4x plus 1 and minus x plus 4. Those two are equal. Therefore, we have 4x plus 1 equal to minus x plus 4. Bring x to the other side and 1 to the other side. So 4x plus x equal to 4 minus 1. 5x is equal to 3, which implies x equal to 3 by 5. We have two probabilities now. One is x, the other one is 1 minus x. So 1 minus 3 by 5. Taking the LCM, 5 minus 3 by 5, which is equal to 2 by 5. So for B, we got two probabilities. One is 3 by 5. The other one is 2 by 5. Similarly, for A also we have to do. For A, we took the probabilities as y, 1 minus y. No, so 5 into y, 3 into 1 minus y. 5 into y plus 3 into 1 minus y, which is equal to minus 3y. So 5y minus 3y is 2y plus 3. Number 1. The second one is 1 into y, 4 into 1 minus y. 1 into y plus 4 into 1 minus y, which is equal to y minus 4y. So it is minus 3y plus 4. These two are equal. So 2y plus 3 equal to minus 3y plus 4. When it comes this side, it is plus 3y. 2y plus 3y is 5y. When it comes this side, it is minus, so it is 1. 4 minus 1, 1, which implies y equal to 1 by 5. 1 minus y is equal to 1 minus 1 by 5, which is equal to 5 minus 1 by 5, which is 4 by 5. So for player A, the probabilities are 1 by 5, then 4 by 5. So we got the answer as, and this is the final answer. We have to write what are the values we got now. The mixed strategy for player A. For player A, we got the probabilities as y 1 minus y. So y value we got as 1 by 5 and 1 minus y we got as 4 by 5. This 1 and 2 is, for A we have two options, no, two strategies. That label I have taken A1, A2 like that they will give, no. Here I have taken 1 and 2. For 1 we got the probability 1 by 5. For 2 we got the probability 4 by 5. Similarly for B we got x as 3 by 5 and 1 minus x as 2 by 5, and we have two options. See, individually we are not getting any option, right? First strategy or second strategy and individual நம்ம எதுவும் கொடுக்கல. First இருந்தா என்ன percentage, என்ன probability 1 by 5, secondக்கு என்ன probability. So இது ரெண்டையும் mix பண்ணி கொடுக்கறனால இது வந்து நம்மளோட mixed strategy. The answer is in mixed strategy, not individually ஒரே ஒரு strategy-யா நம்ம ஆன்சர்ல கொடுக்கல. ரெண்டையும் mix பண்ணி ஒவ்வொன்றுக்கும் ஒரு weightage, ஒவ்வொரு percentage, ஒவ்வொரு probability கொடுத்து ஆன்சர் கொடுக்கிறோம், right? And finally the value of the game is, we got 4 equations, no, 1 minute. These equations, no, after simplification 4x plus 1 and minus x plus 4, and for this one minus x plus 4, and here we got one value, no, 4x plus 1. We have equator, no. In that we can select, or in y we have 2y plus 3 minus 3y plus 4. Any one we can take and we can substitute the x value or y value. Out of the 4 we can take any one. So I have taken 4x plus 1. After simplification, 4 into 3 by 5 plus 1, that is 17 by 5. This is the value of the game. 17 by 5. This is the value of the game. Is it clear? For this problem, we are going to use method 2. Method 2 is the formula method. It is quite easy. Comparing with the previous one, this is quite easy. So better you can go with this method. Okay. So the game, for the game, they didn't give the payoff matrix directly. In words, theoretically they have given. First we have to write the matrix for the concerned problem. Then we have to check whether this game is having a saddle point or not. If it is not having a saddle point, means method 1 or method 2 is applicable. But here we are going to use method 2. Okay. In a game of matching coins with two players, suppose A wins 1 unit of value when there are 2 heads, wins nothing when there is 2 tails, and loses 1 by 2 unit value when there are 1 head and 1 tail. And we are going to find the payoff matrix, the best strategy for each player, and the value of the game. So first we are going to write the payoff matrix. Okay. So it is a coin tossing problem, no. So we have head and tail, and head and tail. This is for player A. I will do in the next page. 1 minute. So first we have to write the payoff matrix. Player A, player B. See the conditions and we will write it. What is that? A wins 1 unit value when there are 2 heads. So we are going to focus only for player A. This is the payoff matrix for player A. So player A ku plus ஆகுதா minus ஆகுதா அதுதான் நம்ம focus பண்ண போறோம். player B பத்தி எழுதல, சரியா? So we are focusing on player A. This is the payoff matrix for player A. If both are heads, means A will get plus 1. 1 unit means it is a plus 1. So both are head means in this place. So it is plus 1. The next condition what they have given, he loses 1 by 2 unit value when there are 1 head, 1 tail. 1 head, 1 tail means we have 2 places, here as well as here. He loses, so minus 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2. And wins nothing when there are 2 tails. 2 tails means here, wins nothing means it is 0. See the condition. A wins 1 unit when there are 2 heads. So head plus 1. One head, one tail means he loses 1 by 2, 1 by 2. So in these two places, minus 1 by 2. Since we are focusing this is the payoff matrix for player A. So player A ku plus minus and he gets nothing if both are tail. So we have taken the payoff matrix. From this, first you have to find whether it has a saddle point or not. For that we have to find maximum and minimax. Minimum means it is minus 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2. Maximum means it is 1 and 0. Out of this, the maximum is minus 1 by 2. Out of this, minimum is 0. Both are not equal. Therefore, maximum not equal to minimax. Therefore, there is no saddle point. There is no saddle point. For that, we have to find the mixed strategy using any one method. These are the formulae which you have to study for finding the saddle point and value of the game. If it is a 2 by 2 game, 2 rows and 2 columns alone are there means we can use this method. Okay, so we can take the first cell value, first row, first column. So A11, first row, second column A12, second row, first column A21 and second row, second column A22. These two are the mixed strategies. Let mixed strategy for player A is SA, A1, A2, P1, P2. B1, B2, Q1, Q2, where P1 plus P2 is 1 and Q1 plus Q2 is 1. We have the separate formula for everything. Value of the game is A11, that is multiplying these two minus multiplying these two by lambda. Lambda we will use in everywhere. So separate nama lambda calculate panirla. Lambda is equal to A1 plus A2 minus of A21 plus A12. That is lambda. P1 is equal to A22 minus A21 by lambda. P2 is equal to 1 minus P1. Q1 is equal to A22 minus A12 by lambda. Adeda varum, but inga 21, inga 12. Okay. Q2 is equal to 1 minus Q1. V is equal to multiplying these two minus multiplying these two by lambda. Lambda V la ulla numerator pathina inga plus sign irukum. Idu multiplication sign. Okay. So you have to study all the formulae. Then in the problem, we have to substitute the values. First calculation of lambda. Lambda is equal to adding these two. A11 plus A22. That is 1 plus 0 minus of adding these two. Right? Minus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2. Which is equal to 1 plus 0 is 1. Minus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 is minus sign we have. No LCM when we take it is minus 1 minus 1. That is minus 2. 2 and 2 will get cancelled. So it is minus 1. So minus of minus 1 which is equal to plus 2. So lambda equal to 2. Now P1. P1 is equal to A22 minus A21 by lambda. I'll show you the formula. P1 is equal to A22 minus A21 by lambda, which is equal to, what is A22? 0. Minus what is A21? This is A21. Minus 1 by 2 by 2. I repeat, A22 is 0, A21 is minus 1 by 2. So 0 minus of minus 1 by 2, which is plus 1 by 2 by 2. How we can simplify this? This 2 is divided by 1. So when we take to the numerator, it will become 1 by 2. So on the whole, it is 1 by 4. P2 is equal to 1 minus P1, which is 1 minus 1 by 4, which is after taking LCM, 4 minus 1 by 4, which is 3 by 4. So P1 is 1 by 4 and P2 is 3 by 4. Am I right? Now Q1, Q2. Q1 is A22 minus A12 by lambda. A22 is 0, A12 is also this one. A12 is also minus 1 by 2. So minus 1 by 2 by lambda is 2. Same value repeated here. So the final answer what we got there will come. So 1 by 4. Then Q2 is 3 by 4. So Q1 1 by 4. Q2 3 by 4. So final answer V also we have to calculate. No, V. V is equal to A11 into A22, that is A11 into A22, 1 into 0, 0, minus, we have to multiply these two, minus into minus. So minus 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2 by lambda is 2. Minus into minus plus, 1 into 1, 2 into 2, 4. So minus, outside minus we have no. So it is equal to, V is equal to, what we have here, minus 3 minus we have, so sign will become minus 1 by 4 by 2, which is equal to, when it comes to the numerator, it is minus 1 by 4 into 1 by 2. Minus 1 by 4 into 1 by 2, it is minus 1 by 8. So these are the final answers. The mixed strategy for player A is mixed strategy. These things are mixed strategy. Mixed strategies. This is for player A. Player A. This is for player B. So P1 we got as 1 by 4, P2 as 3 by 4, Q1 as 1 by 4, Q2 as 3 by 4, and the value of the game V got as minus 1 by 8. Is it clear? So we are going to find this, already they have mentioned the game is without saddle point. Anyway, we will check. Minimum is 2, minimum is 1, maximum is 4, 5. Out of this maximum is 2, out of this the minimum is 4. So both are not equal. Therefore, the game is without saddle point. Further, we are going to use the formula P1. P1 is equal to A22 minus A21 by lambda. Lambda is equal to what? Lambda is equal to adding these two minus adding these two. So 2 plus 1 is 3 minus 4 plus 5 is 9. So 2 plus 1 is 3 minus 4 plus 5 is 9. So it is minus 6, which is equal to A22. A22 is 1 minus A21 is 4 by minus 6. So it is minus 3 by minus 6. Minus 3 we can cancel. So it is 1 by 2. Therefore, P2 is equal to 1 minus P1, which is equal to what? 1 minus 1 by 2, which is 1 by 2. So P2 is equal to 1 by 2. Then Q1. Q1 is equal to A22 minus A12 by lambda. A22 is 1 minus A12. A12 is 5 by minus 6, which is minus 4 by minus 6. Minus we can cancel. 2 we can cancel. So 2 by 3. So 2 by 3. Therefore, Q2 is equal to 1 minus 2 by 3, which is 1 by 3. So Q2 is 1 by 3. Value of the game V is equal to A11 into A22. So 2 into 1 minus 4 into 5 by lambda, it is minus 6. So 2 minus 20 by minus 6, which is minus 18 by minus 6. Minus we can cancel. After cancellation, the answer is 3. So value of the game is 3. And the mixed strategy for player A is 1 by 2, 2 by 3. Sorry, 1 by 2, 1 by 2. And for player B is 2 by 3, 1 by 3. Is it clear? The next method what we are going to see is dominance property. Okay, so this is a method which we are going to use to reduce the given matrix to a 2 by 2 matrix. From there we can apply method 1 or method 2. Okay, so this method is also applicable for games without saddle points. Okay, let me explain this method. Dominance property. Using dominance property, we are going to solve the game. This method is used for finding the value of the games without saddle points. If it is a 2 by 2 matrix, means we saw two methods. Any one method we can use it. Okay, but this game is not 2 by 2. The number of rows are 3 and the number of columns are 4. For reducing the given matrix to a 2 by 2 matrix, we are going to use dominance property. After applying dominance property, after getting a 2 by 2 matrix, we can apply any one method, either the method 1 or method 2. Is it clear? So now come to the solution. Dominance property, when we apply, we are going to compare a row wise then column wise. You have to compare any two rows For example, if I take these two rows, minus 1 is lesser than 5 means you have to check all the values in this row should be less than. One value is lesser than the other row value, no? So all the values should be lesser. Lesser irundadana we can proceed. Otherwise, leave that combination. In the rendu combination edutadha nama vitranum. Minus 5 is lesser than 5, 3 is lesser than 5, 1 is lesser than 4, but 20 is greater than 6. So, இது மாறி இருக்கு. அதனால we are not able to compare these two rows. I repeat, minus 5 lesser than 5, 3 is lesser than 5, 1 is lesser than 4, but 20 is greater than 6. These two we are not able to compare. Take the first and the third one. Minus 5 is lesser than minus 4, but 3 is greater than minus 2. So here also it is changed. So we are not able to compare these two. Take these two rows. 5 is greater than minus 4. Greater means all the values should be greater. 5 is greater than minus 4. 5 is greater than minus 2. 4 is greater than 0 and 6 is greater than minus 5. So all in one row is greater than all the values in the other row. That means, see, 5 is greater than minus 4, 5 is greater than minus 2, 4 is greater than, and 6 is greater than minus 5. So, row wise, when we, after comparison, whichever row is having less, this row, no, we have to delete this row. Leaving this row, we have to take the other rows and we have to make the comparison. So, leaving this, we have to. See, our aim is, we have to reduce the number of rows and number of columns to 2. So 2 rows, 2 columns irukka madri reduce pananum. Now totally 3 rows we had, but we have reduced 1. So now it is 2. So row wise ini reduce panna vendiya avasiyam illa. Column wise தான் compare பண்ணி பார்க்கணும். சரியா? Column wise comparison means minus 5, 3. Minus 5, 3. Minus 5 is lesser than 3. Right? 5 is equal to 3. Equal irundhalum paravala illa lesser na lesser. So minus 5, 3, 5, 5. So lesser or equal. So we can take these two comparisons. Minus 5 is lesser than 3, 5 is equal to 3. Column wise, நீங்க எதை delete பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னா greater values எந்த columnல வருதோ அந்த column. So row wise lesser values, column wise greater. So இந்த ஒரு columnத்தை நம்ம delete பண்ணிடலாம். இப்போ you compare these two. Minus 5 lesser than 1, but 5 is greater than 4. These two are not. And we can take this. Minus 5, 20. 20 is greater, this is lesser. 5 is 6. Yeah. Minus 5 lesser than 20, 5 is lesser than 6. We can, but column wise greater we have to delete. So this one we have to delete. Is it clear how we did? Once again I will explain. Using dominance property, we are going to reduce the number of rows and columns to 2. That is our aim. So row wise comparison, minus 5 lesser than 5, 3 is lesser than 5, 1 is lesser than 4, but 20 is greater than 6. So we are not able to compare these two rows. Minus 5, minus 4, minus 5 is lesser, 3, minus 2, 3 is greater. We are not able to do. 5 minus 4, 5 is greater, 5 minus 2, 5 is greater, 4, 0, 4 is greater, 6 minus 5, 6 is greater. So we have to delete this one. Column wise next we are moving because 2 rows only now we have. Minus 5 is lesser than 3, 5 is equal to. Equal to is applicable. So column wise we have to delete the column having highest values. Minus 5, 1, minus 5 is lesser. 5, 4, 5 is greater. So not able to take. Minus 5, 20. 20 is greater, minus 5 is lesser. 5, 6, 5 is lesser. So this column we have to delete. Now we are having minus 5, 1, 5, 4. Is it clear how we reduce into a 2 by 2 matrix? This value belongs to 1 and this belongs to number 3. And this one is 1 and 2. So now we have reduced the given matrix to a 2 by 2 matrix. Here we can apply the formula method. Okay. So what is the formula we have for P1? Okay. Before going into the problem, first you have to check whether the given matrix is having a saddle point or not here. Right. So minimum is minus 5 and this is 4. Maximum is 5 and the maximum is 4. Out of the minimum, the maximum is 4. Out of the maximum, the minimum is 4. Both are equal. Therefore, Maximin equal to 4, which is equal to Minimax. Maximin equal to 4, which is equal to Minimax. Right? So where it lies? In this place. In this place means this part, right? So the saddle point is second row, third column. This is the saddle point, SA. SA is equal to 2, 3 and the value of the game V is equal to 4. Is it clear? So we are going to use dominance for this game also. Okay, so 3 rows and 4 columns we have. So comparison now we are going to do row wise. 1 is lesser than 5 but 7 is greater than 6. We are not able to take. Compare these two. 5 is lesser than 7 but 6 is greater than 2. We are not. Take these two. 1 is lesser than 7 but 7 is greater than 2. So row wise comparison is not applicable now, as of now. So compare column wise. 1 is lesser than 7, 5 is lesser than 7 but 7 is greater than 2. Take these two columns. 1 is lesser than 3 but 5 is greater than 4. Take these two. 1 is lesser than 4, 5 is equal to 4 but 7 is greater than 3. Not able to take. Compare these two. 7 is greater than 4, 6 is greater than 5 but 2 is lesser than 2. Not able to take. Compare these two. 7 is lesser than 3 and 7 is greater than 3, 6 is greater than 4 and 2 is greater than 0. So which column we have to delete? The column having greatest value. So this one having greatest value, we have to delete this column. Now you compare these two. 3 greater than 4, 3 is less than 4 but 4 is greater than 5. Not able to compare. Already we made the comparison of 1 is lesser but 5 is equal to 7 is greater. Now again you start with row wise. 1 is lesser than 5, 3 is lesser than 4, 4 is lesser than 5. So 1 is lesser than 5, 3 is lesser than 4 and 4 is lesser than 5 means we can delete the row which is having least values. So we can delete this one. Okay, now the number of rows are 2 only. Now we have to delete one column. 5, 4 greater, 7, 0 greater. So we can delete this one. Now we have only these 4, 5, 0, 3. So 4, 5, 0, 3. What is the last? At last we got 4, 5, 0, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I label this as 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 in third row and 5 in fourth row. And third column, fourth row column. Row is second and third. 1, 2 and 3. So second row, third row, column we got these two. Minimum means 4, 0, maximum means 4, 5. Minimum la maximum 4, maximum la minimum 4. Both are equal. Therefore, this is the saddle point. Saddle point is equal to 2, 3 and the value of the game V is equal to 4. This is the answer. Is it clear? The next problem is, theoretically they have given, first we have to write the matrix, then we have to do dominance property. A and B play a game in which each has 3 coins. One is 5p, 10p and 20p. So row wise and column wise we have to take 5p, 10p and 20p. So here also 5p, 10p and 20p. Paisa. 5 paisa, 10 paisa and 20 paisa. Okay. So two players A and here it is B. A and B. Right? So what is the condition given? The first one is each selects a coin without the knowledge of the others. If the sum of the coins is an odd amount, A wins B's coin. What is that given? I repeat, the sum of the coins is an odd amount, A wins B's coin. Odd means 5 plus 5 it is 10. It is a even number. 5 plus 10 is 15. It is a odd value. Then A. This matrix we are going to focus for player A. So A ku plus a minus a. Adha mattum nama eduthuka porom. So in the 10 will be added in A's account. Am I right? If the sum is an odd number, A gets B's coin. So B's coin is 10. Here 10 will come. 5 plus 20 is 25. That is also a odd number. Therefore, B's coin will come for A. 10 plus 5 is 15. So, it is an odd number. So, A will get B's points. 10 plus 10, 20. Even number. 10 plus 20, 10 plus 10 even number, 10 plus 20 is also even number. 20 plus 5 odd number, so A will get B's coin. 20 plus 10 even, 20 plus 20 even. The next condition given is A wins B's coin. That is the one we did. If the sum is even, B wins A's coin. B wins A coin means it is a loss for A. So it is, we had to denote it by negative sign. 5 plus 5 is even, no. So this will be added in B's account. So it is a loss for A, minus 5. Minus 5, is it clear? And 5 plus 10 plus 10 is even, right? So A will lose 10, minus 10. 10 plus 20 is also even, A will lose 10, minus 10. 20 plus 10 is also even, so A will lose 20. 20 plus 20, so minus 20. This is the payoff matrix for player A. For every matrix, before you go into the method, you have to check whether the given matrix is having a saddle point or not. Maximin Minimax principle apply பண்ணங்க. இருந்ததுனா அங்கேயே ஆன்சர் கொடுத்திருக்கலாம். சரியா? But இங்க apply பண்ணி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா minimum தானே எடுத்துப்போம். Minimum means minus 5, minus 10 and minus 20. Maximum means 5 and 10 and maximum is 20. Minimum la maximum minus 5, maximum la minimum 5 not equal. So games without saddle point. 2 rows 2 columns இருந்ததுன்னா நம்ம method 1 or method 2 apply பண்ணலாம். But the number of rows are greater than 2, no, number of rows and columns are greater than 2. So we have to apply dominance property. That is the only method we have for this. Okay. So dominance property, na, we have to compare the rows. Minus 5 lesser, but 10 is greater. We are not able to compare these two rows. Compare these two. Minus 5 is lesser, but 10 is greater. Take these two. 5, 5 equal. Minus 10, minus 20. Minus 10 is greater. Minus 10, minus 20, minus 10 is greater. So we have to delete the row having least. Minus 5, 10, minus 5 is lesser, but 5 is greater. Minus 5, 20, minus 5 is lesser, 5 minus 10, ulta. 10, 20, 10 is lesser, 20 is greater. Minus 10 equal. So we have to delete the row which is having, column having the greatest value. Am I right? What I did? Row wise have we deleted? Yeah, least only we deleted. And column wise 10, 20, 20 is greater, minus 10, both are equal. So we have deleted. See, we are having this one. So balance what we have is minus 5, 10, 5, minus 10. Again we have to check minimum, minus 5, minus 10, maximum 5, 10. This is the maximum for this and this is the minimum. Both are not equal. Now in this place we have to apply formula method. P1 formula, P2 formula, what we saw now previously. Using that you have to get the answers. These are the answers which I got. P1 as 1 by 2. P2 1 by 2, Q1 2 by 3, Q2 1 by 3 and value of the game as 0. Check your answers whether you are getting this or not, you check. The next sum is we are going to check whether the given game is stable or not. Stable means whether it is having a saddle point or not. If it is having a saddle point means the game is stable. If not, it is not stable. Okay. Then we have to, after that checking, we are going to find the value of the game. Okay, so what we have to 10 and this is 1, 1, minus 1, maximum is 8, maximum 7, maximum 15 and maximum 4. Minimum la maximum 1, maximum la minimum 4. Both are not equal, therefore the game is not stable. There is no saddle point, therefore the game is not stable. Now we have to use dominance property. How to use it? Compare row wise. 5 is lesser than 6, minus 10 is lesser than 7, but 9 is greater. 5 is lesser than 8, minus 10 is lesser than 7, but 9 is lesser than 15, 0 is lesser than 1. I repeat, 5 lesser than 8, minus 10 lesser than 7, 9 lesser than 15, 0 lesser than 1, so we can delete this one. Then 6 is lesser than 8, 7 is equal to 7, 8 is lesser than 15, 1 is equal to 1. Therefore, we can delete this one. Number of rows, only 2 we have. So, column wise comparison. 8 is greater than 7 but 3 is lesser. 7 is lesser than 15, 4 is greater. 8 is lesser than 15 but 3 is greater than minus 1. 8 is greater than 1 but 3 is lesser than 4. 7 is lesser than 14 but 4 is greater than minus 1. 15 is greater than 1 but minus 1 is this one. These two compare. 7 greater than 1, 4 is greater. Yeah, we can delete this one. Right. And 8 is lesser than 15 but 3 is greater than minus 1. 8 is greater than but 3 is lesser. 15 is greater than 1 but minus 1 is greater. So no further checking we can do. 8, 15, 1. 8, 15, 1. 3 minus 1, 4. 3 minus 1, 4. 8, 15, 1, 3 minus 1, 4. Now we are not able to compare column wise. At that case, we can combine any two columns together and we can get the average of it. We can combine two columns together and we can get the average and we can compare with the third one. For example, if I take these two, 8 plus 15. What is 8 plus 15? 23. 23 by 2 is 12.5. When we add these two, 3 minus 1 by 2, it is 2 by 2, which is 1. Compare this value with the other column, that is 1, 4. 12 is greater than 1 but 1 is lesser than 4. We are not able to take these two. So take these two. 15 plus 1 by 2, 16 by 2, 8. This is minus 1 plus 4 by 2. That is 3 by 2, which is 1.5. Compare this with 8, 3. 8 equal to 8. 3 is greater than. Yeah, we can delete this one. I repeat, if single comparison is not possible, means combine two together and find the average and compare with the second one. We started with this. 5 plus 1 is 15 plus 1. Sorry, we took this one now first. 8 plus 15, 23 by 2, 12.5. 3 minus 1 by 2, 1. And we made the comparison with the other one, 1, 4. 12.5 is greater but 1 is lesser. So we are not able to combine these two. So I took these two. 15 plus 1, 16. 16 by 2 is 8. Minus 1 plus 4 is 3. 3 by 2 is 1.5. I made the comparison with 8, 3. 8 equal to 8 but 3 greater than. So we can compare and we can delete this one. So balance what we got is 15, 1 minus 1, 4. At this place, we have to check whether it is having a saddle point or not. Minimum is 1, minus 1. Maximum 15 and this is 4. 1 and this is 4, not equal. Therefore, this is a game without saddle point. Therefore, we have to use formula method. P1, P2, Q1, Q2. Using that, we have to find the answers, right? So these are the answers what I got using the formula method P1, P2, Q1, Q2. Kindly do it, complete and check your answers with the answers what I have given. That's all game theory. I wish you all the best.